In this video, we'll show you how to easily add questions and quizzes to your ebook. Including questions in your ebook can be a great way to engage your readers by allowing them to self-assess their understanding of the material or to test their knowledge with a scored quiz. To add questions to your ebook, click on the Questions button on the right panel here. You'll find that you can add different types of questions, such as true or false questions, multiple choice questions, short answer questions, and drag and drop questions. Now let's say we want to create a short self-assessment quiz after the first chapter, which will only include 2 true or false questions. First, we'll need to enter a title in this box here, which will appear as the heading for the quiz. Let's write "Test Your Knowledge" for our example. Next, you'll have to select how the users will receive the answers to the quiz. Score only means that only the final score will be displayed for the reader after the answers are submitted. Score and answer report means that a detailed score report will be displayed to the reader, showing which answers are correct and which aren't. Do nothing means nothing will be shown after the answers are submitted by the reader. We'll choose Score and Answer Report because we want our readers to know the correct answers to the questions. Next, we'll click on the True/False button to add our first question. Here is where we'll add the text for the question and format it from the text editor here if needed. Then we'll need to specify the correct answer to the question, whether it's true or false. You will also have the option to change the labels for your answers from the drop-down menu here. Suppose we want our answers to be correct and incorrect and not true and false. Then we'll click on Edit Choices from the menu, and then we'll be able to modify the labels. Click on the check button to apply the changes. You will also notice that for each question, you can apply the following additions. Add image, which will display an image as part of the question. Let's add an image for apples and berries, for example. The second one is Add Answer Explanation, which will display further information or explanation after the answers are submitted by the reader. The explanation will appear whether or not the question is answered correctly. The Add Reference option here allows you to add a reference link for the readers. This reference can either be a link to a website or a link to a section in your ebook. The link will be shown in the form of a Learn More button, which will appear right below the explanation once the user's answers have been submitted. The next option is Score Weight, where you can assign a scoring weight for your question. The default weight for all questions is 1, which means that all questions are equally important. In general, more important questions should have higher score weights. Finally, the Add to Question Bank button allows you to save this question for later use in other chapters or ebook projects. Let's add that question to the question bank. To view all the questions you've added, go to the Question Bank tab. And that's it. Let's add a second question real quick by retrieving one which we saved earlier in the question bank. You only need to type in the first few characters of the question title, and it will appear in the list immediately for you to select it. Now that we're done creating our short quiz, let's click on Create. To view what we did, let's click on Preview here. And there you have it. The quiz is now added to the chapter. And when you submit your answers, a detailed report will show us the score and the correct answers. And that's it. In the next video, we'll show you how to add different types of questions. Stay tuned.